Hello guys, we are starting a new playlist to learn AWS services. If you are a developer or in DevOps or maybe in some other domain and you wanted to switch your career with AWS, then it's the right place for you. We will be learning AWS services starting from the beginning level, and then after we'll swiftly switch to the intermediate AWS services, and then after advanced AWS services. Okay, if you don't have any coding experience, then it's completely fine, and if you have, that's again completely fine. Like it's we will be using a very little coding in this complete playlist. After that, the question arises how we will be learning AWS services. So what we will do, we will pick an project idea and discuss that in the detail in this video only, and then after we will be going to implement that project idea. Okay, so again after like finishing this complete playlist, you will be having a good command over each AWS services, and like a good I mean the confidence as well. But like if you see from the project implementation perspective, like we will not be having a complete, or you can say the finalized, or maybe a good project output. The reason being is we will not be learning it from the coding experience, and obviously to build the project we need coding much, right? Here we will be only seeing it from the AWS perspective, like what AWS services we can use to make our project development very easy. Okay, so if like the question arises, why we will be using this AWS, learning AWS. So the answer will be still AWS have the 32% of you can say market share in terms of the cloud services. So really AWS is the first choice of the usual, like the businesses. So that's the reason, and they are honestly very high number of jobs available in the market for AWS services. Okay, so let's quickly discuss what project idea we will be going to implement. So we will be developing a student learning collaboration platform. So what happens is basically the overall idea is basically a student can come on this platform, and then after they can sort of create a study group, or you can say uh, create a group basically, and might be possible if the group already exists, they can join that group. And once they join the common group, let's say you wanted to learn AWS, and group named will be AWS Learn, and you can join it. And if the group doesn't exist with this AWS, you can create this group as well. And once you have join the group, you can quite possible you can chat over that group first. Second could be you wanted to share your study notes, so you can share your study notes as well. So it is from the resource sharing. You can upload, or maybe you can just type in your notes, or maybe any other thing. Then after we will be having like the discussion boards. If we want, we can do that as well. Then after we can have the task management, like you will be creating some of the tasks that you will be targeting in next 30 days. So that's the one thing. Then it could be events scheduling. So you wanted to remind people of their task, or some scheduled meetings, or maybe any workshops. So we can do that as well, that feature as well. Then after progress tracking, like how much task you have completed, how much it is still left. So again, that we can do in the progress tracking. And then after notification reminders, so we can send the user any notifications for any specific event in the complete project. Okay, so if you see it from the architecture perspective, so obviously we will be having an web application from the front end side. But again, I am reiterating this point, we will not be making very fancy, or you can say very good looking website on this. The reason being is our major focus is on the backend side, right? How we can best host our backend services, so that a really good user experienced UX can be formed on top of that. Okay, so we will be like having majorly, you can say I think 4 to 5 or 6 sections complete in this application. The first one is the front end, obviously, that we will be hosting in S3 bucket and CloudFront. If you don't know what all those services are used, that's completely fine. Obviously we will be learning that. Then after we will use Cognito. So if Cognito is basically a user management service, so obviously user will come and log in. So that's the purpose of using Cognito, that's so that user can seamlessly log in on our application. Okay, then after API gateway is basically kind of and security layer added on top of our backend services. so that we can add authentication and authorization, like who can use our services, right? So that's the reason of the API gateway. Again, then after we have the Lambda and EC2, so obviously we will be implementing our code somewhere, right? We will be running our code somewhere on the cloud. So where we will learn, obviously we will be learning it on the Lambda and EC2. So in the next video, we will understand like why do we need cloud. We will definitely understand that as well. But for now, just I am just quickly giving you a brief, like if you know what is cloud and all those things. So that would be useful for you to, if this playlist is useful or for you or not. Then after we will be having a storage layer. So obviously to store the data, you need a database, right? The Postgres database. So that's the again AWS provided services, right? RDS, DynamoDB and S3 bucket. So you can store your data in those services. Then after you wanted to send some notification, so you wanted to send some email, then SN and SCS are useful. Then after you wanted to kind of you can say you wanted to monitor your services, right? You wanted to monitor your EC2, it is working fine or not, it has some issues, or like its CPU consumption is high or low. In that case, EC2 like CloudWatch will be useful. And then after we have application enhancement services, that is kind of a more advanced level services. Definitely it's not the concrete list. We will be like move like step by step, and we'll see what services are useful for us, and then we'll obviously going to learn that service, right? So if you see in the application enhancement, I have the Elastic Cache. So Elastic Cache is basically from the perspective of implementing cache. If you don't know what is cache, then again it's completely fine. Then after Elasticsearch, to implement the search functionality in the application. Then after transcribe, which basically converts our voice to text. So the purpose of is, let us suppose if some user upload their video notes and you wanted to just read out that text only, right? You don't have that much of time that you can listen that video. So in that case, transcribe is good. Then after Event Bridge, so again Event Bridge is basically kind of a service that you can connect multiple events with each other. So that's the thing. Then after Amazon Chime, so basically allows you to like organize the conference calls and meetings as like that. So that's the use of this service. Okay, so definitely we will be going to learn all of those services. Apart from this, we have some common services like which is useful all over the application: IAM roles, CloudWatch alarms, VPC and X-ray. So these are again the monitoring or security perspective services. So we will be going to learn that. Okay, so for this video, I think that's it. Like let's connect in the next video, and in that video we will be see why do we need AWS cloud first. Second, we will be going to see this compute layer basically. Okay, so if you have any questions or comment, post it down in the comment section, and do subscribe to the channel if you're following with me, so that you can get notified every time I upload any new video. Okay, so thank you.